afraid of death, you will not be by the end of this video. But I'd like you to pause it and play the song Loved You for 1,000 Years, because I really want you to be in the context of how I am presenting this information. So pause it and come back. Okay, welcome back. We're talking about something that goes beyond the physical, the illusory Maya, as the Vedic texts would describe it, that there's a lot going on beyond the physical realm, and these are the forces that balance the universe. When you look up at the night sky and see all the stars, you should recognize that there's lots of other intelligent life out there. We're not alone. You're not alone, even if you feel like you're by yourself, because you are existing within human form, like monkeys that are walking around. That's what we are. And would you really want to live in one single monkey bodysuit indefinitely? Would you really want to live in the fanciest configuration that you could imagine on a luxury lifestyle for years and years? I wouldn't. But then what's the next best option? Or what is the best option? Is it going to heaven? I've argued that heaven is actually a boring place, and in a way on a parallel as hell, because heaven is a place where there's supposedly only goodness and good things in abundance. But that type of perception can only be had within the duality of good and bad. In the physical realm, where you see what the bad problems are, and then you direct yourself towards being solution oriented and creating the good, being in the good, and it becomes this sense of meaning and purpose. And it is a sensational reality thing, but it's not who we are. And so this is a wake-up call to not be afraid of love, not be afraid of life commitment, not be afraid of getting old, because the person you love, you'll want to be with them even through health hardship, through age, through money hardship. It's somebody that you're going to want to push around in a wheelchair, okay? And that is what makes life magical. And that's what we shouldn't be afraid of, because if we are what I'm proposing, unity consciousness, a heightened level of omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent awareness that is all pervasive, if that's what we are, then we should be able to zoom out for a second from this body and imagine yourself walking for a moment. Maybe pause it and then go start walking somewhere and look around, look at the sky, and realize that am I this one hominid monkey body? Like really imagine looking around at cities and thinking to yourself, is that really who we are? We're these characters with these pre-programmed evolutionary adaptations, and although we have these sophistications and all these forms of supposed wealth and materialism and technology, a lot of times that stuff ends up, whether it's making your identity around, oh, I have this type of job or car or social media, or making your identity on money that you have, or having a more or less attractive body, like that is actually a distraction from being fully present with people. Think of like a family who's got lots of money and they're doing all these expensive hobbies or whatever it is. And but that's actually a distraction between being face to face with who you are and who we are, and being actually caring and wanting the person because you like them for the values they have. You like them for their character, rather than liking them because they can give you things in the physical realm. So this is a transcendence of the illusion that bodies are what keep us together, because that's not the case statistically. Average quote-unquote relationship, which is an abstraction, it doesn't really mean anything, it's open to scrutiny. It's not a marriage, it's not a life commitment, it's not true love, it's only a relationship, it's only dating, which is basically premarital intimacy, which is premature attachment, making it even harder to decide, is this somebody I actually want? Because then you end up with these memories and these attachments. But the reason people are become more living in fear of things like death is because they are not operating from the love frequency. They're operating from the physical. They're like, oh, this body, oh, it controls you. And instead of making it about life commitment. And life commitment, love is really about committing to mutually held values and interests. Even if the person's health and wealth should wane. And that type of stuff does get affected over time in one way or another. And you don't have to see that as a bad thing, because like I said, the imperfections of the physical realm actually help to provide the proving grounds to confirm that we are more than this, that we are love, that we are these spiritual creatures, actually one creature, a unified force that makes everything else, all these mountains, look insignificant. You should be able to, in your mind, visualize a zoom out. Like you're zooming out, you're all the way in space, and you're looking down on things, and you're like, ha, this is, I am the thing that animates all of this. And there's a process I like to do, I call it light work, where you imagine bright white light. So imagine you're all the way in space, you're looking at the Earth, space feels cold, and you're looking down at it. And you see, the idea of this is to clear mental obstructions and program your mind to be happy. Similar to how when you watch the news, you can get disparaged or disenchanted by all the difficulty. Right now we're doing the opposite. Instead of talking about gossip and negativity, we're programming our mind, and instead of letting thoughts replay, because that's what your mind does, it replays negative thoughts, and that is a survival mechanism. It's to make you remember that one bad person or threat, even though the other 20 times there's no threat. But we want to if you really want to eliminate the threat, it also takes being solution oriented, like all my other videos are, but it also takes more abstract spiritual solutions of like this visualization. And I'm sure there's studies that confirm that it's a real phenomenon. But like I said, imagine the brilliant white light streaming down onto the earth. Imagine yourself a brilliant ball of light. You can go into cities. You can imagine people smiling. You can see their brilliant white auras being illuminated. You can imagine people are happy and in love and dancing, and you can imagine people that you're upset at, or maybe someone you have this romantic attraction to. Imagine them happy in light. Imagine a brilliant beam streaming to them, their aura lighting up brightly. You got to remember that there's dark entities out there that like to feed off of low emotions, so they can implant themselves as thoughts in your head, or they can convince people who are under the influence. They can have influence on them because those people aren't fully in control of themselves. So watch out for all that stuff. End of the day, guys, it's about research and about realizing that there's got to be more that's going on, and it's a creative universe. It requires us to be creative and pushes us to want more, want better. So thank you for considering, guys. And hey, imagine you have been able to eliminate your fear of death, and now you can start entering life. So comment if you still have skepticisms, and I'll be happy to join the conversation with you and address them.